Hello viewers, today we are going to look at some of the very basic functions of the if command in Excel. For that we have today a data set of students who have their marks here, and we want to know if the students failed or passed. For that we have to do a very simple exercise. We write an if command. We say ask stata to, we have these three things here: logical test. If this logical test is true, then we have to define a condition. If it is false, then we have to define a condition. So what is our logical test here? We have to see these marks here, and we want to see if these marks are below certain threshold. So on the right hand side you can see that we have passing marks equal to 40. So I can either write 40 here. I could write like this, or I could define cell reference here. If I define cell reference here, and if I want to drag it down later on, what I have to do is we have to lock this cell like this. If this condition is true, then it means that the student had less than 40 marks. It means that the student has failed, so we'll write failed. If this condition is false, it means that the marks are greater than or equal to 40. Then we say that the student passed. Okay, and then we close the brackets, and this is what we have. 85 is greater than 40, so the student has passed, and we can drag it down. So the students who had less than 40, they are marked as failed. Okay, we could also have a condition where we want to give some additional marks to the students based on their attendance. So if I want to, let's say, give +5 marks to those, I could instead write it like this: additional 5 to those who had greater than 70% attendance. Okay, I can also write a percentage sign here. Okay, so this is my condition. Just to give you an idea what I'm about to do. So before I calculate results, what I have to do is I have to create another cell here. You could actually do this exercise inside the if condition as well, a little bit more advanced. Let's keep it simple now. So I could call this new marks, new column, and I could ask Excel to look in this cell. If this cell, if this cell is greater than or equal to, okay, greater than 70%, then if this condition is true, then Excel should add 5 marks into the existing marks of the student. If not, then Excel should give me the original marks. This is the condition that I've defined. Alright, so this student had greater than 70% attendance, so Excel gave him 5 extra marks. So we can drag it down, and the students who had less than 70%, they have the same marks. Those who had greater than 70%, they have 5 extra marks. Now I can do the same thing as I did before. I can actually copy paste this command from here. Could simply copy from here, right, and I can paste it here, but it will be wrong because we have to take this reference from the new marks field, not the previous one. So now new marks have 5 additional marks for attendance. So let's do this. Why is it failed? It is giving a cell reference. So instead of cell reference, I can say I can simply hard code it. Okay, and then I can drag it down. So passed and failed, it did not change much, but the difference is that instead of taking the values from the previous marks, we are taking it from the new marks. Okay, what else can we do? We can, instead of just saying the student passed or failed, I could actually give them grades, right? So let's go away with this cell referencing. Let's just say that if the student had less than 40 marks, then of course the student is failed. But I also want to say, if this condition is false, it means if the student is passed, I don't want to say that he passed. I want to assign some grade based on how much ahead this student is from 40. So what I can say is that if this condition is false, it means that the student passed. I can delete this. Instead, I can give another if condition, that if C2 is less than 50, then it should be D grade. If this is true, if this is also false, it means that the student is not failed. So we are starting from the bottom, so keep this in mind. If this is false, it means that the student has 40 or above marks. We go to the condition where it is false. Here we see that the student who does not have less than 50, it means that the student has greater than 50 marks. This is also excluded because Excel checked this first. When Excel reaches here, it means that the student does not have less than 40 marks, so we don't have to check it again, it's already checked. So if this condition is also false, it means that the rest of the students or this student is greater than 50. So we say, okay, greater than 50, but how much? We have to assign another if condition. We say that, okay, C2, if C2 is less than 60, you could also write 61 if you want to include 60, but let's go like this. Then say C. If not, then another condition. If C2 is less than 70, we are going against the conventions of grades, but it's just an example. So B, and if this is false, I'm just concluding the example here. So if this is false, then it means that the student definitely has greater than 70 marks, and I'm saying that if this is false, then the student should have A. I'm concluding, I'm not giving A plus or anything else. So I have opened so many brackets here, they are not closed yet. This one, this one, this one, and the only bracket that is closed is the green one, so I have to add some more brackets here, this parentheses, sorry, and this should work. Now we started with the black, red, purple and green. This is what is happening, and we do this. So this student has A. I can drag it down, and this one failed. This one has A, B, C, and so on. Okay, so this is how we do it. It can get more and more technical, more and more advanced. So in the next few videos, I will try to explain some of the more advanced stuff as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, we have to say it as YouTubers, right? If you liked it, subscribe the channel, like the video, it will help us a lot. Thank you so much.